Beautiful girl. I feel like I look weird.
No, I look like.
You look pretty. Hello everyone, you got to look at there, not you.
Oh.
Okay, so hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we've got a really exciting video for you all. We're doing a reacting to your weird confessions with my mum. You excited about it? So I put on my story a telenom. Do you remember whenever we used to do them in year 8? So it's anonymous, so people weren't scared to put certain things. So yeah, I've read a few and they are weird, so we're gonna just read them out and react to them. Yeah, we're excited. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay, you ready?
Is it crooked?
Yeah, I thought that, but it's fine. Okay.
No, can you put it straight?
I don't know what it is. I don't know how to fix it. It's my tripod. No, I can't help it. I was doing the deed and I was fully naked, and obviously so was my boyfriend. My brother walks in. Walks out quick. I walk out quickly to get my clothes on and go to his room, and he's taking videos of me sending to his friends.
What?
That's really weird.
I was thinking that was a bit embarrassing at first, but that's weird. Why?
That's just sick.
Oh, I don't know though. What if he's little, like a lot younger? I can imagine. We'd like to know how old he is.
We need some context because it can either be really odd or
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah, if he's a lot younger than you, like 13, you can imagine him doing that, can't you? But I just assumed
even I
older.
think 13's weird.
But yeah, if he was that, I was imagining he was older. I was like, what?
My mum always goes for younger men. My stepdad is 26 and we kissed. I really like it. That is weird.
That's shocking. Are you not very close to your mum?
What? Do you want her to reply?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to have chats with these people. I can't just like comment and that's that. That's
I think she's close with the dad.
That's not nice to your mum, is it? From either of you.
I think, and that makes him a little bit weird.
I don't like that. I don't know how old you are, but it doesn't really matter.
No.
Because you're betraying your mum.
One time, my mum's boyfriend accidentally sent me a dick pic, then offered me £200 to keep quiet or to have sex with him because he thought I fancied him.
What is on with these mums' boyfriends? That is not right.
No.
Is it? Well, I hope you told him where to go.
Unless she did it.
Yeah, but then that's another one betraying their mum.
That is just disgusting.
That's shocking. Oh, really? God.
I often imagine my sister is my crush when I'm hugging her.
But that, again, that depends how old they are.
No, but it's still weird.
Yeah, but if you're only like 11 or 12...
Alright. I really needed this shit at my friend's house in year 8. I went for the shit because I was desperate and he wouldn't flush. I was so embarrassed. The friend found it funny but not in a mean way, and when I woke up it had gone. Thank the Lord I never slept there again. I wouldn't. I'd be too embarrassed. Yeah. Unless it was like really embarrassing. That is just embarrassing. Sorry.
Oh, that's for that. Yeah, that's a bad
Poor
one.
thing.
Bless her.
I once dropped my mum's phone down the toilet with my piss still in the toilet. When I was at my boyfriend's house once, I was wearing light grey joggers and I came on my period at the dinner table. To top off my period leak, when I got up to go to the toilet with blood in my joggers, I tripped and fell in front of his whole family.
Oh.
Mum, dad, him, his 2 brothers and their wives. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. That rhymed. That
is bad.
That one.
I really feel for you
No.
for that one. That is an embarrassing one.
Oh.
Elle, you're going to cut these bits because it's a bit boring.
I was doing a test in school and I was on my period. I thought it felt a bit heavy, so I got up to go to the toilet to check myself. When I stood up there was blood on my chair, and it was one of those chairs with the holes in the back so you could see.
Oh,
it's an all-girls school, but I still wanted to die of embarrassment.
Skull, that's your worst nightmare, isn't it?
Oh my god!
Terrible. Oh.
One time I was bored in Australia with my dad because he was talking about politics and stuff, and I was like 6 and I was itching my bum and I smelled my finger and it smelled bad, and I wiggled it under my dad's nose. He didn't notice. Now my brother friends to tell everyone that is disgusting.
He was only 6.
After 6 months, me and my boyfriend were having sex and the lights were turned off so we couldn't see anything. It was completely dark. Then about 10 minutes in, my mum walks in and turns the light on to catch us doing it, and there was blood everywhere. I started my period halfway through and didn't even know. So my mum and boyfriend both saw my period blood all over the bed.
God.
They're still together though.
That's awful. That's really embarrassing. That's something I wouldn't want to see, really.
I was with my girlfriend and we came back from a party, and I came back so drunk and she was too. So we thought we would have some sex, and what happened was I slept with our older sister, and then when I woke up they were all staring at me looking like they were going to kill me. That's bad.
Oh.
I once had sex with a boy after school in my uniform, and 2 old men were sitting on a bench watching.
Ugh, that's gross. What? Why? No.
Could you not at least do it in a shed? Or
That's really not nice.
I was at a house party. Me and this boy were you know, getting with each other. We were in the bathroom though because the house was tiny and it was the only place that was private, and all of a sudden we hear a knock on the door and the girl who owns the house walks in. So embarrassing. I think you need to let that one go.
Yeah, that's not too bad. If it's a parent or a, you know, someone, I suppose getting caught by anyone is embarrassing, isn't it, really, I suppose.
When I was about 11 I found my mum's vibrator, and so I cut it up with scissors so she couldn't use it, and obviously she couldn't really come and ask if I did it.
Surprised you know what it was for at 11.
I would have. So would have Alex.
Oh, alright, fair enough.
Yeah. That's really weird though. Why would you cut it up with scissors? I was once in Selfridges in London with my boyfriend. He really wanted a Gucci belt, so we went into Gucci and this man helped us. And then the man turned around and said, "Why don't you treat your little sister to something?" So I said, "Oh no, I'm his girlfriend," but the man was still convinced I was his sister. I know I'm short, but still that took the mick. That is embarrassing, but...
That's quite tame compared to the rest, but
yeah.
I can understand.
I'd
how
be
it would be
embarrassed.
embarrassed.
I think it's horrible when people say I look like Alex. People have said it before, it really freaks me out.
Anything like each other.
I know, that's what I thought. I hooked up with a celebrity, a small one, but he was still known. I told my friend about it one day and she told me he had a wife and kids. I know I shouldn't tell his wife, but I don't really know how.
Oh. Who was it?
She said it's a small one.
Yeah, whoever sent that one in, can we know who the minor celeb was? I won't tell anyone, promise.
You probably wouldn't know who they are.
No, probably not.
I was going out with this boy for about a year and suddenly he dumped me, and then he started going out with my best friend a week later. Safe to say I now have new friends. Do you have anything to say?
Well,
these aren't meant to be embarrassing stories, they're confessions.
Oh, I thought they were meant to be embarrassing. Well, I don't think you should be confessing that. Him and your ex-best friend should be confessing
I think that's so disgusting.
Yeah.
I could never do that. Even if my best friend was with a boy that I really wanted to go out with, I could never do it. Not really an embarrassing story for me, but it happened to a close friend of mine at school in year 8. She doesn't mind me saying this, are you sure? We were in an ICT lesson and we were sat on those really uncomfortable science lab stools at the back of the room on computers working. My friend started getting really bad period cramps, so she asked the teacher to go to the toilet. As she got up to go, she realised she'd leaked all over the chair and all over her skirt. She immediately sat down and panicked. We had no idea what to do. It was a male teacher, so it would have been awkward to tell him. That was our only choice. We called him over and he told her to just run to the toilet, as that's all she could do, so she did. Her chair, which she'd been sat on, was still covered in blood, and a few of the boys around her started noticing and asking questions. My teacher came over and began wiping the chair with his hand, telling the boys it was only paint and nothing to worry about. He then started licking his fingers to remove the blood off his hands. This was in front of all the girls who knew exactly what had just happened. I'm in year 11 now, and this teacher got sacked last year for being in a fire. We've been having an affair with a year 9 student.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised, because that was sounding like he was nice there at first, and then it all went a little bit wrong, didn't it?
That is sick.
Weird, very weird.
Absolutely disgusting.
Jeez. There's so many teachers though that get done for that in the end. It's scary, isn't it, really?
I messed up the Hail Mary and then started laughing and couldn't stop at a close family member's funeral.
Oh no! Don't worry, Bradley laughed at his own nan's funeral, bless him. But no one minded because she knew what he was like, so we knew she wouldn't have minded.
I was with my boyfriend, new relationship at the time, and we were upstairs at my house. We'd been upstairs cuddling in my bed for a while and I was getting super bloated from holding in a fart. He rolled over to pull me into him and he squeezed on my stomach. I let out the most massive fart. We both cried from laughing, but really I was too embarrassed to even look at him. This was about a year ago and I still think about it. I'm traumatised by it every single day.
I like that one.
The guy I barely knew fingered me and cut the inside of my vagina with his long fingernails, then blamed me and said I was on my period and ran away. So he cut you and then he said it was her period.
That's really vulgar. Can we cut that one out?
No, grow up. Get your boobs out. I took out my tampons and I smell it. Admit you've smelled yours before.
No.
Really?
Don't need to.
That's disgusting!
From where I am. Well, it's curiosity, isn't it? I don't think
have.
that's too bad.
I do every time.
Do you?
Yeah, I just want to see what it smells like.
You weirdo.
In 2018, before I met my boyfriend's parents, I stayed over at his when his parents were away. We just finished doing it and I needed to go downstairs to get a drink from the kitchen. It was one of the hottest days of the year, so I didn't bother putting my clothes on because it was just us. I go downstairs into the kitchen and it's my first time in his house and you can see the kitchen from the living room. I get a drink and took maybe 40 seconds to do it, still completely naked, before I turned around to see both his parents in silence staring at me naked, wondering who the hell I am. I just broke down crying, saying sorry. Luckily they were so nice, probably because they could see how embarrassed I was. So yeah, the first time I met my boyfriend's parents I was crying and naked.
That is hard to come back from. Really hard to come back from.
I don't think I could do that. No, honestly, I'd leave. I don't think I could ever go back. Once me and my boyfriend were in town and we were in the mood, so we thought we'd go into KFC toilets and do it. We thought it was safe until someone knocked on the door, so we both came out as obviously they needed to use it. We also then realised there was a camera in there that could see us coming out. It was so embarrassing, I can't even know that. I would be embarrassed.
I wouldn't do that, that's gross. KFC toilets, ugh.
KFC toilets,
Yuck.
specifically KFC. I wouldn't do it in KFC.
You're gonna do it in some toilets, find somewhere nice at least.
Like somewhere
nice
nice,
ones, yeah.
You've done it in a toilet.
No.
That's really so boring.
No, that's gross.
Oh my god, okay. I was talking with a boy during first lockdown. We was getting on so well. When we first met later the year, he was just acting so weird, like he wanted to tell me something. When I went home, he had wrote me a massive paragraph saying that he's a girl, really. I had no idea at all, and she fully looked like a boy, but I'm still with her as I just love her so much.
Oh,
that's really cute.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's cute. Hey, so me and my boyfriend, now ex, were doing the deed. He had a condom on. It was all going well when he was about to finish until he pulled out to switch positions and noticed the condom wasn't there anymore. We searched everywhere for it and it wasn't there. Completely vanished. Well, not completely. I sat up and something felt weird inside me. The condom had come off inside of me and was now stuck up there. He found it hilarious and started rolling on the floor laughing. So I sat in the bed crying and laughing at the same time because I didn't know what to do. In the end, he had to fish it out of me and that was the end of that.
I didn't know that could happen.
Yeah, it could come off inside.
Yeah, but that's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
I fainted in my year 8 class and everyone thought I was dead, and what made it worse was the teacher ran out of the class instead of trying to help me. That's a good teacher.
Nice trained one there.
When I was 7, I was really bad at getting dressed, but one day I had to get dressed by myself to go to school. After 4 hours of being there, I realised I forgot to put knickers on and I wasn't even wearing tights, just a skirt. I've done that before.
We've all done that, yeah.
Please tell me you were young.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah. Yes!
Had my girlfriend's little brother walking while I was cumming in his sister's mouth. He waved at me because he didn't realise what was happening at first. All I could think was to wave back while doing it in her mouth.
I hope he didn't repeat that to his parents.
It was a little brother, so he might have been really little and didn't know. Oh, what if it's like 4 years old and he's like, hello, and oh. We've been having sex for a few minutes. My boyfriend said, I don't want you to feel embarrassed, but I think you should know before we go any further that you have a tampon in. Oh, at least he told you politely. That's quite cute.
True. Bit of a mood killer, but...
Oh, this is really mean. My boyfriend said that I smell bad down there and I'm just so embarrassed and insecure now.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's so mean. But I suppose if he really does smell bad, then he
I don't
might...
like him. That's horrible. You need some Feminex, no, not Feminex, what's it called? Femfresh down below wash.
It's a fan eye wash.
And you can also get a spray as well.
And
so
wipes.
Get yourself some of that.
I had not told my dad I had a boyfriend for months, and it must have accidentally rang him as my phone fell down the side of my boyfriend's bed. The call had gone to voicemail, and obviously we had no idea that I was calling anyone, let alone my dad. And yeah, I guess you can guess what happened from there.
Oh no, that is really embarrassing.
Well, I'm still having.
Yeah, I'm not thick.
My mum walked in drunk from a girls' night out and had no idea what we was doing. They were having sex. And just sat on the end of my bed having a convo with us. Till I told her to leave because we needed to sleep.
That's a good one, I like that.
That's funny. I think I win this by a mile. So me and my long-term boyfriend were having sex one night, not realising that my Alexa had somehow connected to my mum's Alexa in the kitchen. Do you know what that means?
Yes.
And bearing in mind she isn't too up on technology, so could hear me and my boyfriend having sex and didn't know how to turn the Alexa off, and didn't want to embarrass me by knocking on the door. Next thing I know, I hear a faint voice in my room. So me and my boyfriend stopped what we are doing and tried to see where the noise is coming from. Well, it was my mum speaking to the Alexa, of course, trying to turn it off.
Oh.
Best part is she thought it was Google Home, so she was saying, "Hey Google," off the whole time, which Alexa didn't respond to. Well, I was mortified and spent 3 hours in my room with my boyfriend deciding what to do next.
I like that one.
That's really funny. Oh no, I farted mid doing it and it was so bad we had to leave the room.
Oh no, that is bad.
I've been vellies over 2 years and even now I think I'll be so embarrassed.
That is embarrassing.
I lost my virginity to a guy I met on a holiday. Looking back now I regret it, but it didn't seem like a big thing at the time. Anyway, we were having sex and near the end he decided to put his little finger inside my bum. Well, that was me out of there.
Yeah.
I was sad looking through my Snapchats to see see the person I used to be close with, but now they hate me. Like, she was scrolling through their chat from a few weeks ago and I went on the chat and I accidentally had my screen recording on the whole time, so it came up on her thing and they hadn't spoken to me.
Oh,
no. I would be so embarrassed.
I've done a couple of things like that in my lifetime. That,
on
yeah,
Snapchat?
Not on bloody Snapchat, no. But
Search
yeah,
manager.
Yeah, I've had a couple of hiccups like that.
I used my curling iron up, and when I pulled it, I bled for 3 days straight. And when the doctor asked me what happened, I had to tell them. That's embarrassing.
Why would you do that?
Well, otherwise they're going to think it's a period.
No, but why would you stick the curler up there?
You could use different things, like a toothbrush.
That's mental.
Curling iron, like, especially if it's a big one. I was at one of my close friends' hen party and we all got very drunk, and I was drank a lot more than the others and was also high, so I was throwing up and drinking at the same time. There was a noise complaint and the police came to shut us down. We had the plan to get the bride 2 male strippers. Hadn't been told they had cancelled earlier, so when the 2 police officers arrived, I assumed they were the men and started unbuttoning his shirt. We found it funny till me and the bride ended up in the back of a police car 3 nights before our wedding. That's funny.
That's good.
My cousin tried to film me when I was 8.
Terrible.
Well, if my boyfriend drives his ex to college every day because they live near each other and she's close with his family still, first of all, I wouldn't have that. There's no way, I don't care. Really grind my gears. Anyway, it's a long one. I told my boyfriend that I'm fine with him driving her to college since they go to the same one, but I'm not comfortable with her coming over to his family dinner still. Is that something that I would like to do with him while not having his ex there? He says I'm being jealous and controlling. I just feel like he's not seeing it from my point of view. We've been together for a year while him and his ex had an on and off relationship over 2 years. Right, on and off relationship, instantly, when you said on and off, they're still on and off, obviously. That's just weird.
That's not jealous and controlling, that's just ridiculous.
I think
that's him
weird.
Wanting to have his cake and eat it. That's annoying.
I think you said
one.
the quote wrong. It's his cake on 2 plates, isn't it?
What?
That, I think you need to get rid of him. That is just so horrible. My boyfriend wants CUMMED on top of me. Can you spell that?
Yeah.
And we didn't realise. I went downstairs and ate my tea with his family with the top on still. I realised I was late when I got back upstairs. At least he's my ex now.
Yeah, they probably didn't know anyway what it was.
Well, they're not born. They've probably had it, done it before.
Oh yeah, I know, but you wouldn't really think about it, really, would you? Just think she'd spilt something.
I was on holiday swimming in the sea with my dad and a big wave came and sent me flying. After I stood up, my dad just like pointed and my whole boob was out of my bikini. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. I don't know if it was better or worse. It was my dad rather than strangers. I don't know.
Sure. But yeah, I've had that down a flume.
Definitely.
It came out the bottom and it was, yeah.
So me and my boyfriend were doing it at my sister's house and we're staying there because our house was getting built and she has 2 children. It was like 9 o'clock and everyone was sleeping, well we thought they were, and we were doing it on the floor as the bed was noisy and I was handcuffed to the built-in wardrobe and he had me up on it doing it and I was butt naked. There was toys on the bed and all we were going, this person can't spell, and all we were going all in and we were going all in and who walked in? This does not make sense. I couldn't grab the blanket or anything and I was handcuffed and my 2 nieces and they screamed, "Mummy, Josh is hurting Mimi." We told them it was a game, but they still asked me, "Why can't we play with you? And why are you naked?"
No.
Now we do not do it in other people's houses.
No, that'd be enough to scare the life out of you, wouldn't it?
I pooed in my boyfriend's bed after sex. I really fancy my teacher and he fancies me as well. See, that is weird.
So he's a paedophile.
No, because technically she could be 18 in sixth form.
Can you drop us a line and let us know how old you are?
Drop us a line and let us know. I used to miss my ex so much that I would always take the long route home just so I could walk past his house.
That's normal.
What the hell? Me and my partner was doing it and he shouted, Nana.
I'm speechless.
I laughed so hard in the dance lesson and weed myself all over the floor.
Oh no!
I was in a vibrator to be delivered to my house, but I was out when the parcel arrived. When I came back home, my dad had opened it without realising what it was and had left it on my bed.
Oh no!
I worked in a salon and was doing a curly blow dry, and as I pinned up the sections, I put the hairdryer in between my legs, which my company always said was a big no-no, but I just had a habit of doing it from my previous work. And as I'd done it, I forgot I had leather leggings on. I burned and melted them to my legs. Had to pretend like it didn't happen and finish my blow dry because my work was right and I didn't want to admit it.
Oh, I bet that was blooming hurt.
Okay, right, we've got more, but this video's getting very long, so we might do part 2.
Shall I do my most embarrassing?
Yeah.
Once, this is the worst thing, I think, probably. I've got 5 top ones, but my top one is when Daddy was working with a young lad and brought him in. Oh no, he was staying with us next door, wasn't he? And he used to just come in our back.
It was his best friend.
Yeah, I know. He used to come in the back door. He was only a young lad. And we were, I think it was Mother's Day actually, and we were watching the birth of Alice. And don't ask me why, because it really is not like Bradley, and I think it was a complete accident that he actually filmed the birth of Alice's head popping out of me, which really he just did not mean to do, because it's not the sort of thing we would normally do. But we didn't realise, and it was just a quick clip, and as that happened, the young lad walked in, saw me, legs akimbo with Alice, his little head popping out. Well, his reaction, it was like he'd been blinded. He went, ah!
By the way, he
stumbled.
He was my dad's best friend at the time, and he lived in our garden. Well, we have like a house in our garden, like an actual house.
He used to be our next door neighbour, but anyway.
But then he lived in our house,
but
in a separate house in our garden.
I was mortified, but actually I think he was more embarrassed. And Bradley had actually thought he'd taped over that bit, because obviously it was a mistake that he'd filmed right that bit, but yeah, he hadn't.
No.
And that's up there on my top 5. I may divulge some more at some other
Maybe
time, part 2.
I do have an embarrassing one that I did recently. We've got like a college group chat for a lot of people in that are doing my course, and most of them in there, they're not in my actual class, I don't really talk to them. Anyway, I'm always really self-conscious about the side of my face, aren't I? Anyway, so I took a picture of the side of my face and put, wow, my jawline looks really nice today, and sent it to Ellie, and went to send it to Ellis on Snapchat.
Oh no.
Obviously.
You didn't tell me that.
Didn't I?
No.
It was like 5 months ago. I accidentally sent it to their group, our whole group chat. And they were all really nice, so like, yeah, you've got really nice side profiles. Like,
that's horrendous. That's
because obviously
really
it just looks like I love myself, but it's usually because I'm really self-conscious. And I was like, I did not meant to send that to you, I'm really sorry.
Oh, I like that.
So yeah, that's just my little embarrassing one.
Yeah.
That's just today's video.
I like that, it was good fun. We should do a part 2.
Good.
Quite good.
I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. I love you all so much. So does my mum. And yeah, bye.
Bye.